Hi everyone, welcome back to Raw Inspired Living. This week I thought I'd talk about the humble chickpea. I love chickpeas because they are so versatile and they are full of plant-based protein and fibre, which we need both of those for ongoing good health. So I buy my chickpeas dry, so that's what they look like dry. So they're little sort of, they're quite tiny. And then I actually sprout my chickpeas. This is one thing that I don't eat fully raw because I like my chickpeas cooked, but they are so versatile. So I buy the dry chickpeas, then I soak them. So literally I've just got chickpeas soaking in water for, overnight, 8 hours. I do them overnight, and then I sprout them for 24 hours. So I sprout them for another day. So we'll go over that as well. And the reason I sprout them is because there's more bioavailable nutrients when you sprout them and then cook them. So that's what I do. So the whole process takes me literally a day because overnight I soak them, then the next day I sprout them, and that just means, rinsing them off. So it usually takes 24 hours, sometimes a day and a half. But what the great thing about cooked chickpeas is that you can just put them in the freezer and then you've got them for hummus. You can just get them out, you can thaw them out, you can make hummus out of them, you can add them to salads, you can, if you cook chickpeas, you can have them as a snack. That's amazing. So they're just such a versatile plant-based protein and I love them. And they don't have a hugely strong flavour either. So I find that they're actually quite good for kids as well. And making your own hummus is amazing. We might make our own hummus as a lead on from this video. But yeah, so the process is, firstly, I just get the dried ones, I just rinse them. I do rinse them first, so give them a good rinse in a colander, and then I just pop them in a big glass bowl like I just showed you. I make sure they're covered with water. You can see that there's a little bit more water than chickpeas, and I just let that soak overnight for 8 hours. And then I'm going to show you what I do to sprout them, and again, that process takes maybe a day and a half. So let's get on to the sprouting bit. You can see here that I have this big colander. I just bought this off Amazon. I can pop the link down below, but it is so amazing for sprouting chickpeas. So these are the ones that have been soaking overnight. I'm just going to pour them into here, get all of them out, pour them in. And then what you do is you're literally just leaving the chickpeas here for the whole day and a half, and then you're rinsing them. So I rinse the chickpeas probably twice a day. There's one that I didn't get out. So you would get chickpeas like this out and you would get rid of those. So you basically just leave them over, I just leave them over the sink, but you can put them over the bowl if you want. And you just rinse them. So twice a day, I just rinse the chickpeas through that 24-hour period or a day and a half period. If it's a day and a half, I'd rinse them 3 times. And I'm just rinsing them and then I'm just leaving them. I'm letting them sit in this colander, and they're just going to sprout. So the warmth of the air will help them sprout. And what you're looking for is little shoots on the end of these chickpeas. So I'll come back when that's happening and show you what that looks like. Look at these gorgeous sprouted chickpeas. So you can see on the end there, that's what we're looking for, that little bit of a sprout. You can see that. And you can see quite a few of them are sprouted. So I'm going to cook these now. I'm going to pop them in my Instant Pot for about 10 minutes on high pressure. That'll be just a nice texture. I can do a lot with the, anywhere between, 5 to 10 minutes is what I cook them for. And then I can make hummus, I can pop them in salads, and they're easily digestible and full of nutrition because they're sprouted. I mean, so humble and so simple, but so good for you. So I've just popped my water in my Instant Pot. Now I'm going to pop in all the chickpeas. It's probably about 2.5 to 3 cups of water to 1 cup of chickpeas. So depending on how many chickpeas you have used. And then I like to put a bit of salt in with my chickpeas to cook. So just a little bit of salt, sprinkle of salt. And that's it. And then I'm going to put these chickpeas on for 8 minutes because I actually would like them in between firm and creamy. So it really depends on what you want. So that's it. Just pop the pressure cooker on and then pressure cook. And obviously I've cooked something that took a long time. So we're going to take that down to 8 minutes. And then that's it. They'll cook for 8 minutes. I will let the pressure release naturally for about 10 minutes. And then they're ready. They're ready to freeze and use for whatever you want. How amazing. So our gorgeous chickpeas are cooking in the Instant Pot. I do love my Instant Pot for the things that I do cook because it's just so time saving, and it just cooks things beautifully because it's cooking them with steam, and they're lovely. So in terms of freezing the chickpeas, I do freeze my chickpeas. There's a little bit of trick to it. So let them cool down. So cook them completely, let them cool down completely before you freeze them. And I lay them flat on a tray and then freeze that tray for 1 to 2 hours, just so they don't all stick together. And then I can pop them in little containers or little bags. And then you can just use them. So you just take them out of the freezer, you can let them thaw naturally in the fridge, or you can just run them under some warm water and use them like that. So cook up a big batch of chickpeas and you'll use it in so many things. You can just grab a handful from the freezer, put them in some warm water, throw them in your salad, and you've got protein and fiber, beautiful plant-based, good for you, and they're sprouted, so the bioavailable nutrition is phenomenal. So I hope you enjoy that recipe, and I hope to see you again in Raw Inspired Living.